Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please do like and subscribe. On this channel, I talk about all things spirituality and I read tarot intuitively. Today, I want to have a look at Prince Harry. You might know that he recently had his verdict from the High Court on his request for royal level security while he's in the UK. This was denied to him because this is something that comes at UK taxpayer cost, and if anyone's not actively working in the royal family, they don't have that level of security. So I just want to see what's coming in. There was a few things that he mentioned in the interview that were concerning, just around his family, his concerns that the king might be quite ill at this stage. So let's dive into it and just see how Harry's feeling at the moment. This is what we're getting through initially. This is the first card to pop out here. So this is the Page of Pentacles. This can be a male figure who is quite youthful or inexperienced. In a lot of instances, this is associated with the Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn signs, and Harry is actually a Virgo, I think. So it makes sense that he's coming through like this. Interestingly, he has the Queen of Wands here, who would likely be Meghan. I believe she's a fire sign female, and it just shows them as quite unevenly matched here. So if you're drawing cards and you are drawing kind of an adult male, you would expect them to come through as a king in the court cards, and that's not the case here. So it shows this inequality between Meghan and him. She seems to be kind of the more authoritative one, or the one who has kind of a little bit more maturity in the relationship. So this is the kind of thing that's preoccupying him at the moment. So it's that card of travel. I mean, the question that he was really raising as coming through that court case was whether he could have that level of protection while he's in the UK that would allow him the link back to spend some time there. And we have here also like work. So he's definitely thinking about working situations. He's also thinking about tradition here with the Three of Pentacles. So he's reflecting on this at the moment, and he's taking probably Meghan's advice on this. So let's just put a few more cards on this situation, how he wants to move forward. So I would be inclined to say that there's something here with Harry that's just a little bit dissatisfied. And so he's persevering where he is at the moment, but he might actually sometimes be thinking about other options, thinking about travel. We've got the Lovers card here, which is choices. The Wheel of Fortune can be something outside of ourselves that comes in and guides us on a different path. So there could be something here kind of fated that could take Harry on a different trajectory over the next while. Just that's like big life events, things like that. Let's get a little bit more detail on this. So it does have him very much in his mind at this stage. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got some anxiety here, if he's not sleeping. He's definitely struggling a little bit with this. Just to be clear, this is all entertainment purposes only. I don't know them. Just really clear on that. So it is something here, I think, that links back into to finances and maybe to legacy. I think he doesn't quite feel like how he's showing up at this point in time is creating what he wants in the longer term. So something like generational wealth or roots that connect in with his past, that can bring him into like the future and subsequent generations. There's something here that's sort of lacking in stability around that. I do believe that Harry pursued this so avidly through the courts because on some level he wanted that benefit of going back to the UK. It wasn't just something that he was doing to kind of create a little bit more tension with the royal family, or to just express his feelings about it being an injustice at the time, which I think to him it does feel like it was an unjust choice. But he actually in reality would like to be spending a lot of time in the UK or somewhere close by, and so this has kind of put a little bit of a stop to those plans. He feels like he is having to sacrifice that connection to country and that connection to travel because of this block. And I think in some ways maybe he could have other, I think they'll provide other forms of security, just not to that level, or he could in theory pay for his own security, but it's as if he is he's hesitant about being in the UK because he's preoccupied with the security issue. To him it feels like a big deal. So we do have a female figure here with a lot of male energy around. Just trying to tune in on this. Get another card. There are a few different things going on here. So I think part of Harry's preoccupation is with his mother and what happened to her, and that's why he has this anxiety around being in the UK without the full royal protection. I believe if he were to stay at royal residences, he would still have the protection of those residences, right? There are security teams there, they're really secure spaces. But he's reflecting here on his mother and how kind of rapidly that happened. I just want to read this a little bit further. There's something here around his own relationship as well. In a lot of ways, I don't think Harry fundamentally feels like a man, and I think he knows that, because there is this sense of rushing around, of trying to grasp these opportunities to make some money. It's not as easy as it might appear with them to kind of maintain the standard of living that they're at the moment. And that can create a little bit of anxiety in Harry. Let's look at the impact of this on his relationship with his father. So he's saying that he wants reconciliation. There's a lot of heartbreak here, probably on both sides, but Harry's definitely feeling, I think Harry was the one maybe that's made some of these moves impulsively, and it's like maybe he didn't think that it was going to get him cut off in this way, allegedly. Yeah, he's very much in his mind about this. I mean, he's maybe seeing his relationship as sort of us against the world, but at the same time, when he's alone, it can be quite dark. He's struggling a lot emotionally with that separation from family. I mean, I do think a lot of this was sort of on Harry's path. Maybe this is like a karmic thing with the royal family. Okay, so what is coming in between him and Charles? I mean, there's a choice here for him to kind of try and heal things. What I will say, if he doesn't, it's going to come as a bit of a shock if he's not able to repair things with his father. Harry's coming through as a page this time, again, another page. So he is feeling insecure. He does retreat into that state of being a little boy when he's around his family and he's working through this. I just want to know how the king feels towards him, please. So this is going to be a real uphill struggle. We've got some really questionable cards here. So Charles definitely not well. We've got a Queen of Pentacles coming through here. So another female figure who's coming in as also on that energy of not being well. So I don't know who the Queen of Pentacles is representing, but it's certainly an earth sign female. If there's someone else here that he's kind of done injustice to within the family who meets that, you know, that female status, maybe part of why the royals are disconnected from Harry is that they feel that he's, you know, he's been unjust to this person who's not deserved it. And so they're kind of seeing Harry as a little bit toxic and maybe not in a great headspace, and maybe he has issues to overcome here, and in the meantime they don't necessarily want to connect with him. There is a Knight of Cups here, but at the base of the deck we have the Hermit, so that's retreat, but also I guess that's a Virgo card, so it could be just linking it with the Virgo energy. But let's see if they're going to reconnect, what energy potential around reconnecting is. Oh. So again, we've kind of got very similar cards. There's a lot of hard work. If this is to happen, he won't have that with them very easily. We've got this kind of Justice card, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, I think he's in a better position if he weren't with Meghan to reconnect with the royals. Just, you know, I hope that's not the case, but just saying, if he weren't with her, it'd be easy for him to reconnect. If not, I suspect maybe Catherine would be the one most likely to want some form of reconciliation within the family. So let's just see what's coming up generally for Hari over the next 6 months. A lot of complicated and confused energy around him, but there are a few wins here at the same time. One thing I do want to say is it's possible that Hari is overindulging. Again, allegedly. This is just entertainment. It's possible that maybe he is drinking a little bit more than he should. This feels like it's going on in private. There may be another pregnancy or talk of another pregnancy here. This feels like it's something that will be kind of revealed. There is sort of a block here at the same time, so it could be around that pregnancy issue, and an Ace of Swords. So there might be some pregnancy talk. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition. I'm not seeing the Sun card here as a baby, but they might be in a place where they're thinking about having another child. Anything else on Hari coming through before we finish? What I will say, and again coming through is the page, Hari's watching everything that the royals are up to, so don't think that he is not online every day monitoring what they're doing, where they are. His father, William, this is giving me a real sense of someone who is kind of observing them. And we've got the Devil card a few times there as well, so there is that kind of obsessiveness around Hari and around the family. That is kind of, it's going on, but he's blocking himself from taking any action on that. It is up to him to kind of overcome that, to, I think, make a gesture towards them, and then they will consider whether they want to heal. But I think that it's been very tough with Hari. I think it's been tough with Hari for a long time, and probably, again, we've got the Three of Cups on the base of the deck. That feels to me like overindulgence, so it feels like drinking too much or partying too much. So he might just be going through this over the next while as he's kind of like reflecting on how to potentially heal this. And it does feel like some of what he's done is like rash and ill thought out and things that he regrets much later. But at that point, the damage is done. Anyway, that's just my thoughts, and it is all alleged. So please drop me a comment if you like this, if you want other similar readings, or if you've got any other celebrity readings that you'd be interested in. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.